Hello, welcome back. It's Nick, and this is Retro Fridays with Nick. Oh my god, that's so loud. Oh my, oh wow, that was loud in my ear. Okay, so this might be a little awkward because I'm redubbing me talking over this. There was my mouse on the shot. That was great. I forgot to arm my vocal track, and so when I was done, I was left with just the game audio, which I went to school for audio engineering, so I could kick myself in the face for that. But I was kind of in a hurry this morning, and that's why this is going to be uploaded later, because I didn't have time until now to fix it. So I'm going to do my best to accurately describe what's going on. Here I'm looking at the map, deciding that we just talked to Saharashla. I struggled with his name a lot. And then we're going to the southwest corner of the map to go to the desert and take on the second dungeon palace and get the second pendant. Pendant. I thought I had this out of my system. It's a pendant with a D and a T and some other letters. It's a pendant. In search of the second pendant. You'll see. Hopefully you won't see. I think I was very elusive with how I transitioned some of these scenes. I really kind of cut out the mistakes, I'll say. I had some deaths. I had some, what are the other things? Just general not knowing what's going on. I think partially due to it being early when I recorded this. I think I need to really keep that into consideration next time. I see that being a running problem. So here's a real cool ferry. I guess it's not real cool, but it's at a convenient location. Being that there's a palace dungeon. I don't remember if it's palaces or dungeon in this, but regardless, it's at a very nice location, especially considering we'll have to return to this spot later in the game, in the dark world and maybe in the light world. So yeah, that's really cool. Train of thought. This should be my ultimate punishment for forgetting to hit the record button. Well, I hit the record button. I didn't arm the track. So, technically, I didn't mess up that bad, but in the grand scheme of things, I did. So this is Agina? I think that sounds better than I said it before. He's sort of like Saharashla, even dressed similarly. He's telling us to get the Book of Medora, which is in... I was looking to see if it said where it was. It just says the village. I had a fairly good idea where this was. There's a stretch of houses kind of in the outskirts of... It's Kokori. No, it's Kakariko Town in this. One of the two. It's the village right there. And I'm going to go to the center. That house is what I anticipate it being. And I think I was right. Yeah, so this is my journey there. I didn't cut this out because I figured if people are actually using this for educational view or an educational purpose on how to actually get through the game, I might as well leave this in. So there's that. If I was thinking ahead, I probably could have gotten this before we went all the way over to the desert and realized we needed the Book of Medora, but I didn't. So we're gonna get it now. Use the running shoes to just zoom by there. Alright, other filler things. Dan had an interview he was flown out for this interview, so it's kind of a big deal. So wish him luck on that. Other things that I mentioned, I don't know even why I'm mentioning this, because the previous track of me talking doesn't exist, so forget I even said any of that. What was I saying now? Our next Pokemon playthrough is coming soon. Sidebar on that. This, I went in with mentality, I'm going to play until I'm not profitable. So I spent 20, made 50. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I'm pretty certain that one of those is a piece of heart. That's the main reason why I was doing this. Not because of being greedy for rupees, but I just wanted a piece of heart. So I did this. My thought was to do it till I'm not profitable. So I was like, oh, I made 50, and then I was just getting my money back with the 20, and then I try it one more time, and I get 1. So that was a good, you should stop here point. Next Pokemon playthrough. We recorded episode 1 and 2 like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we want to start with having our, like, the background to the game, sort of like words. Wow, this is so hard. We didn't start with the background when we did Friendship Red. We just kind of progressively changed things until we got our final product. We want to start with that, and we feel that would just give a better product rather than building each week. Oh, we're still going to add things each week and try to always improve things, but we kind of wanted to go pedal to the metal with it and start out strong. Plus, we've been really busy, so we've been dragging our feet pretty bad with it. So it'll come soon, I promise. And I can make that promise because it is going to be soon. I just don't know when soon. Yeah. Stay tuned to Twitter, Nick and Dan Games. Here is the house. The building, I guess. I guess it's not a house, it's a library with the Book of Medora. Yeah, stay tuned. Nick and Dan Games on Twitter, and we'll be updating more. We haven't been updating, but there haven't been any updates other than this. Okay, so yeah, skipping ahead back to the place. It's in Hylian text, and using Book of Medora and translate really quickly. Make a wish, and my wish is for the door to open. It takes forever, and then the earth is like, okay, let's open. I don't know if I guess it's not the earth, but it's whatever. Stupid buzzard vulture in my way. Still in my way. Didn't give me any hearts or anything. What a jerk. So, okay, here is the second dungeon palace. For some reason, no matter how much I sync the audio to the video, as far as the game, it gets wonky. Like, it starts out in sync, not the band, but the quality, and then it stops being in sync. So, like, in sync once they broke up. Okay, so the bomb there, I had the thought that, in some Zelda game I played, I want to say recently, I think it was, no, I guess it wasn't Ocarina of Time. It must have been something else. No, maybe it was, okay. It was something. It was a Zelda game, and you could throw bombs. Yes, it was Ocarina of Time, because it was Dodongo's palace. Yes. Sorry. And you could throw bombs at them and kill them. And I realized that's not the case in Link to the Past. So now I know. Now you know. I don't remember if there is a way to kill them. But there is the compass. Nope. Getting ahead of myself. I did actually get the compass in this dungeon. Then decided to try the lighting the... What would you even call those? The things to be lit. And nothing happened. This guy, and those guys in general, were really kicking my butt. I don't know what that... No, I mean, I guess I found out later. But that's a glitch. It's a room to the... Yeah, that's... I don't know. But there's another room that has balls shooting around. But this specific sounds like in the last dungeon when you first walk in, go down the stairs, and you have the cannons being shot on the left and right, and then the big honking cannonball shoots through. So that's what that sounds like. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. I really ought to play this through, not doing a playthrough, so I have more information, but I guess it's more fun to go in blind. I had the idea that maybe those would move and do something. I also stupidly thought that, oh, this is probably a way we need to go as an exit, that we have to go out of the palace and do something else. And you'll see that I try that upon realizing that that was dumb and that there's actually more to the map to the left, which it looks like I'm doing now, but don't get your hopes up, because I don't. I don't know why, because this map is essentially symmetrical. There's that door, and then a door out of that room to the right. There's this room where you get a key. There's a room below it, and then there's the equivalent of what was on the right side on the left side. But that didn't occur to me this morning, and I just decided to try going outside, because here's my dead end essentially. I need the big key there, but in my mind I was out of places to go, so my only logical solution was to go out. And I think this is me deciding to go out. See, there I could clearly go down, but nope. We're just going to go across, and we're going to go down, and we're going to go outside. Oh no, I have the key. And this just leads to the compass. And what I thought would not be a dead end, but was a dead end. Oops. Yeah, I was trying to open the chest there, but I didn't. Now this is the room that I was talking about that had the ball shooting back and forth. The big key. Oh, so I at least opened the big chest before I call it quits and go outside. Because I thought I was in all the rooms, but I was not. Because I made the realization that the item that I will be receiving shortly had no use inside the palace. So that was my reasoning for deciding to go outside. That was wrong, in case I haven't mentioned it before. Here we go. Gonna go outside. Oh, here I was using my noggin, and I was actually doing the right thing and getting the items within these pots. Good for me. I feel so judgmental. In the moment, I'm just like, oh yeah, doing the thing, playing the game, everything's great. that was the moment I realized, oh, there are gray areas. I should probably just go outside. But yeah, I feel so judgmental of everything that I'm doing because I know what the consequence or effect of all of these actions are. All of these actions are. And I know what's right and what's wrong. And I'm like, oh, you're so dumb. Why are you doing that? So I'm trying not to dwell too much on that. So here I am going back to it starts with an A. It's gonna say right here. Nope, it doesn't. It's not important. But I noticed that there was a place to bomb, so I did, and I was rewarded with a piece of heart. Woohoo! Now I cleverly transition the exit of this cave to, I think, when I'm going back into the palace. Seamless transition. Some sick video editing skills right there. It was after that second laser to the face, because the first one led to my death and I had to start over. So it was after the second laser to the face that I realized, oh, there's some rooms down here. Maybe I should go down here. I was like, oh, wow, it's like a whole new place. Maybe I should explore it. Stuff's just falling in my room. So there is, the audio's off. And it's saddening. So I spent some serious time trying to fix it and make it nice. And I thought I did, but I didn't. Well, I did, but yeah, so there was the sound it was supposed to make, and then it wasn't. But I was rewarded with the ability to replenish the fairies that I that I used up due to stupidity. So that was a perk of, not necessarily a perk, it just kind of fixed itself. And here is where you're supposed to go. And I remember seeing a piece of heart down here, and I was able to get it. So that completes the 4 pieces that we need and gives us an extra heart. And now we can venture further forward to the gray rocks with the 8 on them, which I never understood why there was an 8. And this leads us to a new section of the temple that was previously inaccessible. Sorry again about the audio being not right. Well, the sword audio is kind of good because I'm just mashing away. These guys suck so bad. I realized afterwards that it's better to dodge them. Or I guess it's easier to dodge them. But I didn't always do that. Yeah, these tiles are doing way more damage to me than they probably should. And it's weird because there's actually a decent bit of dungeon after getting the dungeon item, which I guess is pretty cool. I like elaborate dungeons, but for the sake of time and fitting it into a video, I was kind of getting hurried. Getting my butt kicked by a can of worms. But it happens. I thought going after that one with 1 heart would be beneficial, but it wasn't. Lasered to the face. I hate those things so bad. And here, of course, more spinning magic tiles of death. But I escaped them more gracefully than before. This guy, I was thinking, oh, I can just throw a jar at him. And I missed. So let's try again. Let's throw a jar at him, and it does nothing. Of course. So I'll shoot him in the eye. Shoot him in the eye. Now this is pretty cool. This, you just light up the things, and the wall starts moving. Then we're left with the big key door, whatever, I guess. And then another musicless boss. Maybe when I'm not rushed one day, I'll add boss music, because this is kind of lame, just the occasional earth-shattering sound. And this guy actually took me a while to beat, and then I realized that it was just the fact that I somehow was attacking them equally. Because once I kill one, the rest kind of go down quick. It also helps finding out the pattern. Oh no, I died. Good thing I have the fairies. It also helps find out the pattern of the rocks being shot out as they're coming up. Kind of goes in an X shape. So if you're directly in front, behind, or to the left or right of it, you're fine. Here was my, oh, maybe a well-placed bomb will work. And then there was the point that I realized a well-placed bomb would work if I was able to place a well-placed bomb. I wasn't able to place a well-placed bomb, but I was able to kind of steadily attack them. I think this is definitely a boss that's doable without having the fairies save your life. But I wasn't able to do that. So I just kind of had to grind away. It was kind of getting tedious after a while. And there's one. At first I was thinking, oh, good, I'm done. But you actually do have to kill all 3 of them. Now this guy shoots out in all sorts of directions. And looking back, there is a place you can be to not get hit by them. And you can just dodge them and wait for it to start going into the ground to hit them. But I knew there couldn't be too many more hits to kill it. So I figured I had the hearts. Actually, some victory music. Either hurts to be able to kill it without doing that. So there's a second pendant. There's the second dungeon completed. The pendant of power. Your goal of finding 3 pendants is in sight. Go for the last one. So that's going to conclude part 3 of Link to the Past playthrough. Stay classy.